What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action. What a time to be alive. What a game we have here, because in the left side of the map, playing as Odin, it's the biggest brain in the east. Or the west? It's just the biggest brain in the north, because he is a Norseman through and through. His name is Suppe. He's the Odin. We're going to touch on why he's got the biggest brain here very, very shortly. But his opponent in this game, in the red color, playing as Set. His name is Bones. And you know him much, much better as Kido. Alrighty. So we've got Suppe versus Kido. I'm going to put up a cheeky little thingy over here. Oopsies, oopsies. Okay, and then we're going to put the casting scoreboard on for this. Okay, so Suppe versus Kido. Now, why does Suppe have the biggest brain? What's the reason for Suppe's brain being so big? Well, it's because he isn't a slave to your meta. He's got his own thought process. And it's not like he just does random things. It's very rare that he just plays random things and then comes up with some sort of crazy idea because of randomness. It's kind of, I like to think of it more like chaotic, not chaotic, what's the word? Like educated randomness to some degree. It's like, he goes, what if I try this thing? Would this make sense? But instead of just spending time working out, he goes, why would it make sense? And then he goes through his process and he comes up with it. So I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with in this game. Kido, on the other hand, this guy has got 3 accounts in the top 10, is an incredibly strong player in his own right. And I'm excited to see how he's going to play it over the next couple of years, hopefully, because, you know, he's definitely a strong player. Relics on the map. We've got Hecate's Torch over on the bottom of the map here. God Power's getting a little bit cheaper over there. Up in this top position, got that Demeter's Throne. Over on the right-hand corner of the map, we've got Pelt of Argus here, LOS +6. On the bottom side of the map, we do have that Ring of the Nibelung, plus 0.5. Gold trickle right there. As the wall's already starting to come up here for Suppe. Now, I want to let you guys in on a little secret. I've been watching Suppe. I actually played Suppe very, very recently. He was playing Odin against me. And he's got a little something up his back pocket here in this game. And that something comes in the shape of Heimdall, Rigsthula, and a lot of fun. So we'll see what he's going to be able to come up with. Kido, on the other hand, I haven't seen him play Set very much, but he, on his main account or one of the higher, on one of, they're all in the top 10, but in one of the accounts, he's got an insanely high win rate with Set. I'm insane. It's like 70, 80% win rate, 90% maybe. It's just really, really high. So he's obviously got Set down to a science to some degree. Those in the chat asked me to do about my relic tier list. It's on the way. It's coming. I'm probably going to do it soon, TM. It's going to come. If there's any other tier lists you want to see me do, let me know, because I love doing tier lists. They're a lot of fun. Because I got opinions about stuff, and we do see the Heimdall. Fantastic. I got opinions on stuff, and oftentimes I'm very, very wrong. And that's always funny too. But Anubis versus Heimdall here. The thing about Heimdall, which is so good, is because the Einherji and the Hersir work in tandem to deal with the problems which Norse suffers. Einherji Hornblow into the Hersir hunting down and having bonus damage. Hunting down and having bonus damage on a myth unit. Alright. Villager coming in to try and snipe down this priest over here. Can he get him? Smack! Smack! This is villager on priest violence. Oh, a couple of, we can't get it up. He gets blocked. Alright. No priest kill for Suppe as he has to run away. Oh, but that's going to be a wolf set. Oh, the villager over here is going to get sniped though. As Bones is going to draw first blood. He has to sack the berserk as well because he knows he's not getting away from there. That's a really, really big start here for Kido in this position. Longhouse, great haul getting dropped after he sees that Anubis in. We see a barracks coming down for Bones. For Kido. All the good stuff. Bald player tier list would be up there as one of the best. Oh, look at this. Now the Ursa gets in. 2 shots. That's it. 2 shots onto the nearly 50 HP done on the Anubite with that. It's not for the early game. It's for when you have a whole bunch of the Ursa out and you can actually get in and take out a myth unit. Okay. And now we see a town center coming up for our main man, Kido, on the bottom of the map there. As where to next for Soup in this position is the big question. Settlement will be up for Kido. There's not really a whole lot over here, but this is a late town center. Like if I'm playing against this as the Norse player, I'm starting to feel like there's enough time for me to really get in and punish this. But whether or not Soup knows that this town center is up, it looks like he doesn't just yet, as the Raven's going to be scouting around trying to spot where everything is. Villager's already onto a mining camp outside of his base with 2 town centers. Very, very nice idea there. So these Anubites. I'm having English lessons. Why on the bottom of the map instead of at the bottom? At the bottom, on the bottom. They both work. There's no why. Whenever you're starting a language, never ask why one thing instead of another thing. Just go, okay, it's that. Because to be completely frank with you, grammar isn't a thing that exists. Grammar is like, it came second. The language came first and then the grammar came second. These rules that people come up with, they don't exist. They're not real. Grammar doesn't really exist. Who's Frank? I hate you! Ah! I had these problems while I was studying Japanese for a bit. We're going to have a little bit of a tangent here. And I was like having trouble with some things. I'm like, why is it this instead of this? And I kept on like feeling like I was getting somewhere when I sort of got told the quote unquote reason why. And then all of a sudden the reason why didn't actually work for another circumstance. And I'm like, hang on. So the reason you told me it's that doesn't actually work. So, oh, okay. So yeah, it's just better to just be like, don't worry about the why. Just know that that's the case. And eventually you'll get a feel for it. I did study Egyptian in university, actually. That's true. That's true. Okay, now back to the game, guys. A couple of barracks coming up here for the one, the only Kido, as he's starting to get up some very, very strong units. But the thing is, how far behind is Soup really in this position? He's got Rigstula. So in reality at the moment, he's actually at 1.2 town centers versus the 2 town centers of Kido. So it's like, it's actually kind of close. And he's going to be going up to another town center. And this town center is worth 2.4 now, putting him up to 2.4. So it's actually really, really big advantage. So he's actually going to be able to catch up on the loss that he's sort of been taking here in terms of economy. So yeah, this is kind of huge for him. As an Anubite does manage to sneak through, trying to check the map out and see what's happening. Got an armory coming up over onto this position and some houses. I love these houses on the back here. Anubite going to be coming through. The Hursar are in, and the Anubite will have to retreat back. Some raiding cavalry are going to try and deny that one over there. But the map is now going to get cut up, and now we're going to actually get ourselves what I expect to be a fairly grindy game. This is going to be very, very slow paced. We see a lot of spearmen actually coming through for an interesting decision for Kido. Like, if I see this town center coming up for Soup, I'm like, okay, I got time to go heroic age now. So I'm just going to go heroic age and then start taking this game into a little bit of a different spot. As the Anubite does get trapped on this spot. Oh, never mind. He's going to be pushing forward. Going to take out some houses over here as well. As the Anubite is very much in distraction mode. You see, oh, cheeky little Scardy queued up over here. Watchtower's on the way as well. A couple more houses going to be going down on the front. There's a significant amount of damage to Soup. He doesn't really feel it right now, but he will have to put these houses back up. In fact, he is still building houses over here, right? Well, he's got some units over here at the very least. As Scardy does get clicked up. Great haul coming through. Raiding cavalry circling around onto this position. He's got to bring those units over here. They might not... Wait. They are all idle to him. Sometimes I feel like you can get a little bit caught or a little bit stuck on stuff. As the villager differential is still sort of climbing. I'm a bit surprised. I mean, it's climbing because he's not going to the heroic age, right? So Scardy will be coming through very, very shortly. There's a priest on the back going to get taken down. We do see a third town center coming through for our set player, Kido, on the back. As he does retreat back into this position. But there's the... segment going to be the God of Choice. Makes a lot of sense. When you see Scardy, you're like, well, what's the point in Ancestors? As... Oh! Cheeky little undermine on the back here to deny this town center. It's going to be able to take a little bit of resources away from Kido here, but he's really not going to mind, I would say. This is really good early in the game, but later in the game, I think it might be a better idea to save it for a push rather than denying the town center for a couple of seconds on the back there. Unless you're doing something else, I guess, like you're going for a denial yourself with your army. Nonetheless, we've got ourselves that Winter Harvest tech getting grabbed really, really quickly here for Soup. Super important there. It's like the best technology to grab. There's the army moving through. Soup still just a little bit behind on population here. Might want to just consider grabbing this town center. Okay, that's one way to use frost. That was one way. I've seen many of frost in my days. I'm gonna give that frost like a 4 out of 10. Like 4 points for creativity and 0 points for execution. All right. Well, I guess Soup has to retreat now. Going up to that heavy infantry technology. Walls coming up over here as well. As Kido's just hanging on to this spot. In an attempt to try and take off the gold. And there's just so many gold mines here that this is just not really an option on this map. A segment now in. Little Scarab on the front. We can snipe some units. Get him out of there. No free food for Kido here. As the Scarab also going down. And Soup going to be retreating back. There's that Citadel getting dropped up into the main base here. Soup going to be grabbing himself a town center over here as well. As the game gets to continue along, we've got some hill fort. Great halls coming up in the center of the map. As Horus is pre-queued here for Kido, but he's a long way away from getting this one. Now the hill Amygdala coming up. He's only got 14 villages on food. So very, very long way. Whereas Soup, on the other hand, he is actually quite close to this age up. As the army of Soup tries to run forward, but that settlement or Citadel Center just a little bit too strong for him. Does decide to not risk it and just retreats back out. Hill fort in the center of the map. I kind of want to see Soup just grabbing the rest of this position here, all down into this corner and start restricting the movement. Also on this top position here, Kido's being very smart, taking this with walls, but like a wall over here from Kido and just containing all of this position here makes a lot of sense. Is the army going to be trying to take out a temple over here? We've got that hill fort just about to come through. Town center is now up for Soup on this position here as well. As the temple gets knocked down, Hecate's torch going to be able to get grabbed. It's definitely important to take that relic because cheaper Citadel is probably going to want to use that. So portable rams coming through in an attempt to break down this watchtower over here. We do have that tier to come through. As 2 more hill forts coming in. Soup wants siege here. Or does he want Huskarl? I mean, at the moment, does he really need Huskarl? Maybe. Definitely with tier. As the raiding cavalry swinging up to this top position, there's already a whole bunch of units over here for Kido. Another hill fort about to come through. Got the house getting taken down on this position. Raiding cavalry going to be retreating back out onto the top left side of the map. These are cheap Heimdall. They are cheap. Look at that, 150 gold. Look at this. Safeguard coming in clutch. Finally, Norse players get the cheap Migdals as well. How much is this? Is this still more expensive than a Migdal? Yes, it is. By about 20 resources. Though you don't have to pay for it with villager build time. So maybe it comes out about equal in the end of the day. And Boit gets taken out. Beautiful play here from Kido as he's making this push forward. He's got those slingers to take out the enemy, throwing axeman here, but Tia is almost through. As Kido cannot manage to get that food economy going in this game. Does he have himself his... He doesn't have himself irrigation. So his 15 villages on food are really not working that hard. Lots and lots of villages on gold, however. Trade-wise, buying some food is probably going to be a bit of a mistake. But he does do so. And he's going to be going up through Horus as their Huskarl are now coming out in with quite a successful amount of them. Plague of Serpents coming down. And Soup going to be returning back up. Not using his Fimbulwinter immediately here. Now, there he goes with the Fimbulwinter. Hitting all 3 locations at once. Plus the Slingers in the center of the map here as the raiding cavalry are going to be able to push forward. Slingers moving up to the right position over here as those portable rams trying to take out this Citadel center. It's going to be a very slow grind to actually clean this town center up, but Soup is in a commanding position here as a raiding cavalry are going to be swinging in to take out those slingers on the Citadel over here as well. They're continuously getting that garrison micro in. However, there's raiding cavalry and Huskarl on both sides. It does not matter. These slingers just do not cut the mustard in this game at all. As the Citadel Center will end up falling here. And this is also going to mean that a Mythic Age gets denied. And Kido in that moment does decide to tap out. GG. Well played here by Soup. The Heimdall coming in and showing every single Norse player who's boss. No, every single Egyptian player who's boss. Putting him on notice here, ladies and gentlemen. I really like this play because you get that Riksthula, so it doesn't really matter how far behind you are on that second town center, because getting Riksthula, you've already boosted your economy a little bit. In getting the second town center, you're boosting it to catch back up, and you're also getting your tech. Whenever you tech up, you're getting more villages as well, because that's getting cut down as well. If we take a quick look at the post game, this tells the story of a man with a lot of resources over his opponent, and civilian units over here just sort of behind in a way, but catching up in a really big way, and definitely hitting that 100 first there. Well played here from Soup with the most silly of frosts. Frosting in a bunch of villages makes a lot of sense. I do wonder, like, if there's a world we're going for like a fast heroic and just frosting villages straight away isn't a terrible idea. Like, think about it from the case of, say, a Ra player using rain, and you just run in with a Raven or something, and you just drop frost at like 7 minutes when they're using rain, and all the villagers there just get frosted, and then I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It's an idea. Soup thought he was casting Walking Woods. I thought you were going for a frost on this spot and on this spot. That's what I thought. Like, I thought you were trying to hit both the villages. But it was Walking Woods. He thought he had Walking Woods. All right, we're titling this video The Best Walking Woods I've Ever Seen. GG, well played, Soup. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch from the YouTube, so that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.